People, this is what you need in the building, and we're going to talk a little bit about sucking it up and how much boxing is a mental sport. So I'm using the example of Teofimo Lopez versus George Kambosos, and it really is true that Lopez was suffering from asthma at the time he went into the Kambosos fight, which is why he started the inbuilt excuse they wasn't 100% going into the fight. Now, at times people don't know boxers go into fights with fevers, colds, injuries of all kinds to their bodies, cramps, all kinds of things they go into fights with, right? In this case, Lopez was actually suffering from asthma, and after the fight, his body was so depleted and drained that he almost died, right? They had to carry him to the ER and so on. His father was talking about it in the Boxing Writers Association awards, in which Teofimo Lopez's senior, he actually won Trainer of the Year award, and Junior won Fighter of the Year award 2020. So congratulations to both of them. But I think the thing that I really want to talk about here with you guys really quickly is sucking it up. And people don't understand how tough this sport is and how much fighters go through all kinds of things, broken hands, busted rotator cuffs, fevers, colds, asthmas. They're asthmatic. Sometimes you see a boxer die in the ring, you don't understand he had other complications going into the ring. Other injuries, whether it was internal brain bleed that nobody picked up, or internal organ damage, or sometimes boxers go into fights, and everything, their whole lives are being torn up outside of the ring, like things are going to hell. I remember several boxers who, after they were finished with the fight, they went to prison right after. Diego Corrales, Floyd Mayweather, Ike Ibeabuchi, I forgot the name of the fighter who got beat. He got beat, and then afterwards, he went into prison for murder. People don't understand Jermaine Taylor. I mean, people don't understand the life of a boxer. I think of the great. Right now, I'm trying to remember his name. He's a southpaw. Because I'm a southpaw boxer. The great, I forgot what his name is, but he's been in and out of all kinds of situations outside of the ring. So these guys, they have a lot to put up with and still stay focused under all those conditions. Just imagine if they had ideal conditions to stay focused, how great a lot of these boxers would have been. But they just never have ideal situations. They never go into the fight ideally, perfectly healthy and all of that. It almost never happens. Okay? So here's the thing I really want to talk to you guys about: sucking it up. Sucking it up. And the mental strength you have to have in boxing to be able to suck it up. And we saw that both in the fight, and also we now know conditions that at least Lopez had going into the fight. I'm sure Kambosos had something also going into the fight. I'm pretty sure, but he just stayed totally focused. I think his grandfather died, passed away, and then there was a bunch of other things. He never got to go to the funeral. He never got to bury his grandfather. His grandfather, he was very close to, and all of that. And he just stayed focused. He sucked it up, and he just kept going. So, like I'm saying, it's incredible what the human mind can do. The fact that Teofimo Lopez was so competitive, knocked down Kambosos, was a bit lethargic a bit in the fight, but for the most part, still put on a very good performance. Shows you how mentally strong you have to be going into fights. There's no excuse. That's not an excuse to say that, because he had asthma, he lost the fight to Kambosos. That's not the reason. But if you can fight, you can fight. You know what I mean? And if you can do the right things, you can do the right things. And obviously, at the end of the fight, Tio was talking and chirping and everything. So I'm not I'm not using that as an excuse. But what I'm saying is, it is amazing what these fighters carry themselves and their bodies through in order to attain, the grand prize, the win, the W. And that's why I said, and you hear it said all over the place, that boxing is 90% mental. These guys push their bodies, they push themselves, they push their minds to the ultimate limit. And it doesn't matter if they have a cold, flu, what, it doesn't matter. And what this translates to us, I want to say is, because that's mental strength, we too can push ourselves beyond what we're doing. We're comfortable right now in this situation. You got to learn to be move out of your comfort zone and do things beyond what you're used to. And even if something comes to you, some sort of setback or tragedy or whatever, keep pressing towards that mark. Keep that goal and that focus. Focus in on it and work towards it. That's what Kambosos showed us. That's what Lopez showed us. So that's what the point I'm trying to make. Over the weekend also, Javante Davis, he had broken his hand before in training camp, and then he went into the fight and broke it again. But that didn't stop him from getting the W. You know what I'm saying? We knew this because who said it? It wasn't Javante. Javante had nothing to say about it. But I heard Teofimo Lopez, tell his dad, man, I can't breathe. And his father said, in the fight, I remember this vividly. His father said, "Don't worry about the asthma." His father said, "Don't worry about the asthma. Stay focused." Oh, these trainers, man. They brushed asthma to the side. And it's amazing how his mind honed in on what his father said. And asthma had to take a backseat. And that's how powerful our minds are. And I want to tell you guys this. If you're asthmatic, if you have cancer, if you have whatever ailment or illness, given the right stakes, given the right situation, you will push yourself past all that shit and actually do whatever it is you have to do. And that's how powerful your mind is. Your mind alone can cure you. Right? But, you have to push yourself to the limit. You have to push yourself, your mind, your body, your spirit to the limit. And those things take a back seat. Okay? And, I just wish, this is the thing about athletes. Athletes do things and take care of their bodies in ways, especially the modern athletes today, in ways in which so many of you would be so healthy if you would just follow through and do the things you don't want to do, the things you don't like to do, the things you think you are helpless to, and conquer these things. Anyways, man, that's my little tip piece. I'm what you need. I'm going to catch you guys later. Peace.